G'day guys, and today I just want to make a quick video showing off a really cool analogy I saw for masturbation. Now I'm a big fan of analogies, rendering a very complex idea in an easy to understand format is something that's very useful for spreading wisdom and knowledge and that sort of thing. So I was just browsing around on Facebook today and I came across this from one of the pages I liked, which I will link down in the description below, and I thought it was really cool, so I figured I'd share it all with you today and plug it in here. So here we go. Masturbation reprograms, aka fucks up, your accomplishment/reward centers of your brain. It's a lot of nerd science and shit that I'm not going to get into, to be completely honest. I forgot most of the deets. And it was geek shit anyway. But it was basically something like this. Sexual release/satisfaction is supposed to be a fucking high tier reward for you, for being successful in your biological role. Literally a chemical message that says, good job creature, you successfully won a round of the most important minigame in the survival game meta, managing to score with a mate. It's basically supposed to be a fucking badass brain chemistry buff that you only get after completing a really high-end challenge, i.e. managing to fuck a female. But jerking off ruins that. It's like a cheat or an exploit. Hey dude, check it out. You don't need to do all that work. Why fight a boss every time you want to get the epic loot drop when you can just farm the loot spawn by using this easy AF workaround? It takes like 5 mins and you can do it as much as you want. Uh-oh. Now you're getting way more of the reward than developer, nature, ever intended for you to achieve without earning it. You weren't supposed to get that much loot. You fucking broke the game. Your stats are all fucked up. Your save file is corrupted. Sure, maybe you only use the exploit once or twice here and there, but you're still cheating. You're only missing out on valuable XP that we could using to level up on your character. Better to just play the game the way nature intended and develop as a healthy organism. Stop jerking your wiener. As far as I can see, this meme lord was pretty bang on the money here. What we've got to think about is when you're constantly masturbating or doing something else like being constantly on social media and trying to get likes and that sort of thing, you're essentially giving your brain these constant uptakes of dopamine. And that the problem with that is it rewires the pleasure centers in your brain, again, as far as I'm aware. And so you're constantly expecting these dopamine hits, and when you don't get them, you're going to feel pretty burnt out. And so this can be a problem when you say move away from your dopamine inducing activities, say into the workplace, or when you have to knuckle down and do some uni work or something like that. You're going to find it more difficult because you're essentially going to suffer from minor withdrawal symptoms from dopamine addiction, as far as I understand it. So yeah, cutting out as many of these quick release dopamine sources in your life as possible, yeah, that would be pretty good in order for you to be able to work towards more major projects, defer gratification and that sort of thing. And that's really the crux of it here. One thing that really separates successful people from not so successful people is the ability to defer gratification. Because if I'm sitting here and I want to make a video, I want to help anyone who's going to watch this video, I want to help them improve their lives, well, I have to defer gratification. I have to stop doing in the moment really fun things like fucking, I don't know, video games, masturbating, social media, whatever. I have to defer gratification and put effort into this video, and then I'll be satisfied later that when people come along and they watch the video and they say it was cool and that sort of thing. So we need to make sure that we cut out as many of these dopamine inducing rapid dopamine hits activities as possible. Obviously masturbation is one of them. People get into seriously bad habits with that. They're going every day. They're going to pornography, which is a whole other escalating factor on that. That ruins your ability to be attracted to real life women, essentially, because essentially one real life woman in the flesh cannot compete with 10 tabs of porn open at once that you can get at any times, and it's variable and new person every time, and that's basically the crux of it. A single woman cannot compete, and you lose the ability to become attracted to just a single woman. But we've also got to think about things like social media. I've read things that say when you get likes, comments, essentially attention on social media, that releases dopamine in your brain because it's like humans are social creatures and we like to be paid attention to. So if you're finding yourself constantly talking on social media, attempting to get attention on social media, actually constantly posting, Instagram and that sort of thing, perhaps that's something you should be looking to reduce or cut out altogether, because again, it could be fucking up the dopamine pathways within your brain. So absolutely, I endorse this message. I don't think anyone should be masturbating. To me, what really put me off masturbating was the fact that I was giving into a temptation, every couple of days, and that didn't sit well with me because I wanted to be someone who could resist temptation. I was reading a bit of Stoic literature at the time, Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. I can highly recommend it for anyone who's looking to kick nasty habits, or if they're troubled in any way. Stoicism is really helpful for that sort of thing. And yeah, I did not like the fact that I was giving into this temptation every couple of days. It made me feel weak and incompetent, so I stopped. And honestly, once you go cold turkey, after a few weeks, it becomes habitual, not masturbating, and you hardly ever think about it. I never think about masturbating nowadays, and it's pretty damn great. And I laugh at everyone who does, even though they try to paint me off as a weirdo. But someone who goes home and touches themselves to other people having sex is that's a little strange. So absolutely, I highly endorse this message. I think it's great. Go check out the page. I'll include a link down in the description. Pretty funny page, all fitness related memes. And thanks all for sticking around, and have a good one.